This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning into another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul happened last night, and 60 million homes around the world watched. What are your thoughts? What are my thoughts? Let's analyze. So going into last night, I did a video a few months back when I heard about this, and I'm like, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. And I was like, why? Why? Now I'm dropping this video now. I had to let it marinate because I was a little upset. Y'all. First off, I'm mad at myself because I missed the fight of the night. Serrano versus Taylor. But the ladies, that proved to be the fight of the night. Everybody was talking about it. And I was like, well, now, for those of you, what were you doing, Sam? I mean, and I have Netflix and everything, but I was watching the Knicks versus the Nets. Jalen Brunson, had to hit the Nets with the winning 3-point shot. And then Mikal Bridges got the block. So I was watching that. So by the time I'm like, all right, I figured, when you watch enough fights, you're like, all right, the fight's not going to kick off until 11. But I will tell you this. Kudos and much respect to Netflix and Jake Paul and Logan. Because those guys, man, they market themselves, and they've learned from, I guess they learned from a guy like Floyd Money Mayweather. These guys pick their fights, they promote their fights, and they get the money. You think that slap by Mike Tyson wasn't rehearsed or planned? Come on. But the fight, 60 million homes around the world tuned in. So, all day long today, I was surprised because there was a lot of shade being thrown around, a lot of shade. And a lot of it was towards Mike. Mike is washed. Mike is done. He's 58 years young. I mean, hello. What do you expect? What do you expect? What did you think going into this fight? Seriously. Mike Tyson was fighting a guy half his age. Now I get it. Mike Tyson, he's fast. He speed bag and everything. It's impressive. But not when he has to fight somebody half his age who, say what you want about Jake Paul, he's practiced, he practices, he's put into work, and he's got the training. So with that said, Jake, come on, man. Stop fighting guys who are, and no disrespect to the guys who Jake Paul has fought in the past, who have resumes, the Nate Diaz's of the world, the Tommy Fury, who gave him his only loss, Tyson Woodley twice, Nate Robinson, man. I wonder how he feels, by the way, after, dropping Nate and Nate Robinson getting, people finding out that Nate was sick, and Nate is sick. I wonder how, I wonder if he ever addressed that. Prayers up for Nate Robinson, by the way, who I remember a few months back, he mentioned that he doesn't have long if he doesn't get a kidney. So prayers up for him. But I'll tell you what, say what you will about Jake Paul being 27 years young, picking his fights, fighting guys in their 40s. I mean, Tyson, in math, he's 58. I mean, that's closer to 60, right? A 60-year-old man, like, come on, man. Now, for those of you talking reckless about Iron Mike on social media, a lot of you guys with the Twitter fingers and the Twitter gangsters, and it's X now, but just in general, the social media clowns and the, who want to come after Mike, you wouldn't say it to his face. I don't care how old Mike is. I told you, my bro is a guy, he's who's 5 black belts in. No, I'm sorry, 5 degree. He's a fifth degree, and he's got training in different styles. But he's my go-to. And I asked him with the fight game, and I said, what do you think? Because when I heard Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, I was thinking that this was going to be a WWF. I know it's WWE, but a WWF event, scripted and everything. And obviously some of it was. But earlier on today, everybody was clowning the fight because, Jake Paul had to carry Mike. Again, duh. As a matter of fact, Jake Paul, I'm not a fan of you picking fights with older guys because they say speed goes before, and strength can be there as long as you're hitting the gym, hitting your dips, push-ups, and whatever it is, the strength can stay. So I did a video on Jake Paul. Go watch it. Before the fight months ago. So the strength can stay as long as you're getting it in, doing your push-ups, pull-ups, dips, lifting weights. Your boy's been getting it in too, by the way, last few months. I'm on my get right. I am on my get right for real, y'all. I may not look like it right now, but your boy's in the gym. Yeah. Your boy's in the gym, lifting, walking, doing what I need to do, man. Doing what I need to do. I'm 54.2 pounds down as of today, y'all. So I'm on it. I'm on it. See me in the summer. We'll see, but I'm heading there. But yeah, so I had to watch this fight. And as I said, I'm on my weight loss journey. One thing that's important for those of you who are interested in, getting right, and one tip that I learned: sleep is key. Sleep is key. I get 7 hours at least. By 11 o'clock, your boy Steph Curry does it. I'm out. So I had to stay up for this fight. And I was disappointed because I was more, Mike Tyson was, when I was a kid, he was he was Superman. He was. And what was it? 19? I guess I'm what do they call it? I guess I'm not grading myself. But I guess I'm aging myself right now. But when Buster Douglas knocked him out, we went into school, everybody was shocked. Everybody was stunned. That was almost as on the level of, and if you're from my generation, those of us who saw the Transformers movie, and when Optimus Prime dies, and if you never saw Transformers the movie from back in the day, sorry for spoiling it for you. Obviously, I'm joking, but yeah, Optimus Prime. I remember my cousin Dave, my brother, we were sitting there, and my cousin Gina was like, "Guys, it's okay," and we were looking at each other like, Optimus Prime. Yeah, that's how it felt when Mike Tyson got laid out by Buster Douglas. And so watching last night kind of felt this. It brought me back to that a little bit. Because I watched Mike Tyson, I'm like, oh, man, he doesn't look good, man. He does not look good. And listen, say what you will about Jake Paul, but listen. I applaud that man. Why? Because he did the right thing by Mike. I think he could have laid Mike out a few times because Mike had the jitters. And say what you will, he's 58, and obviously when you get to that age, he's like, look, I'm 58, I'm not 60. Fine, Mike, I got you. But Mike his reflexes, and Jake caught him so many times. By the time Mike hit him, you saw Mike, doing this, and I was like, oh, man. I'm like, Mike, please. So, Jake, I applaud you for not knocking him out. Because if he knocked Mike out at his age, it would have been bad. And it came out today, actually not too long ago. Mike Tyson, he released a statement, and he didn't look good, right? Mike did, he's not a young guy. Obviously, he didn't have the foot speed. He looked like his leg was hurt. He looked like he was laboring. He looked like a guy who was older and had no business being in the ring. I told you, I saw the last Holyfield fight. I don't know who he fought, but it was one of these same deals. A money grab. Say what you want about that. I heard Mike made, like 40, and Jake took 20 or something like that to make it interesting. Again, the numbers, if somebody can correct me on that, but that's what I remember seeing. But I'll tell you this. Mike Tyson, man, he said it, and he said, thank you. And this is what Mike Tyson said. And let me go back. Let me go back. Mike Tyson almost died, by the way. Okay, he almost died, and he says that. He says that basically that he's lucky to have to make it through. He had a few blood transfusions. Did y'all know this? He had and now obviously this was a few months back or whatever, and the fight was, it was crazy. But and Jake Paul actually, he thanked Mike, and I felt like he kind of, you ever hear that saying, respect your elders? Yeah, he was hitting Mike, but you could tell he was, everybody wants to say, do you think he was, he basically, he controlled the fight, as people were complaining about, which is right. And those of you who wanted to see somebody get laid out, especially if you wanted to see Mike fall, shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. But Mike Tyson, he suffered a flare-up on an airplane in the summer, and he had to postpone the fight, which was originally for July 20th. And look, listen, say what you will. Mike deserves to go out. This is his last hurrah. For those of you, is Mike getting back in the ring? No, he's not. He didn't have to write this for us to know, but he said, and this is, this is what he says. This is from Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. This is one of those situations where you lost, but still won. This is what Mike Tyson said on social media. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets. To get in the ring one last time. I almost died in June. Had 8 blood transfusions. Lost my blood and 25 pounds in the hospital, and had to fight to get healthy, to fight. So I won. To have my children see me stand toe to toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in front of a packed Dallas Cowboy Stadium, in an experience that no man has the right to ask for. Thank you. Listen, and he had an ulcer flare-up. That's what it was on the plane. Look, man, Mike. Mike Tyson, thank you for the memories. Thank you for being a warrior. Thank you for going out there, man, and taking that chance. Now, I'm sure money had to do with it, and, we know the story of Mike Tyson. He had a lot of warts, a lot of bad, not a perfect person, but who is, right? To see that fight, I feel like it was a culmination. Like it was, like, this is it. Close the book. Get last few million and live out your life, man. So, and Jake Paul, I think he did right by Mike. Got him some money. They both got money. And this is a venture here. Are we going to see more fights on Netflix? It's going to be very interesting. They did a solid job. But for those of you hating on, the Mike Tyson and look, listen, I'll tell you this. Jake Paul has to fight a real fighter. Andre Ward, who was doing the commentary or what have you, I don't know if he was angling for it. I don't know if you watched the post-fight, but he basically said that Jake Paul's got to fight somebody, So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Somebody closer to his age. But we shall see what happens. What are your thoughts on the fight, y'all? What are your thoughts? Let me know what you think. Now it's that time. Folks, I told you I was watching the Knicks Nets game leading into the fight. And I'll tell you this. For all the Knicks need a rim protector. Shaquille O'Neal, the last Knicks telecast on TNT, talking about the Knicks are in trouble. They've lost their identity. There's a guy named Ariel Hukporti, dubbed from the Sam I Analyze show, Airport. Shout out to JB on that. Airport, y'all. This guy is a find. He's a steal, and for the Knicks, and I can't wait to see what he continues to do for this team. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, folks. I'm on Facebook at Sam I Analyze, Instagram at Sam I Analyze, the platform formerly known as Le Twitter, at Sam I Analyze. I'm also on TikTok. Please like, share, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.